All right, well, we are doing an Audacy check-in with Ben Platt. We're going to talk all about his new song, Imagine. But you know what? Before we get into that, let's hear it first.
Great.
Your eyes give life a new meaning. It's like I found the north lights. I never knew what I needed until I felt your hand holding mine. Yeah, you say I'm your hero, but you are the one that saved me. If I ever lost you, I'd fall to my knees. I can't imagine my life without you. I can't imagine one night without you. If something happened, don't know what I'd do. I can't imagine my life without you. Your eyes give life a new meaning. It's like I found the north lights. Oh, I never knew what I needed until I felt your hand holding mine. Yeah, you say I'm your hero, but you are the one that saved me. If I ever lost you, I'd fall to my knees. I can't imagine my life without you. I can't imagine one night without you. If something happened, don't know what I'd do. I can't imagine my life without you. My life without you. I can't imagine one night without you. If something happened, don't know what I would do. I can't imagine my life without you. My life without you. I can't imagine my life without you.
Well, congratulations on your song, Imagine. It is so beautiful. And like upon first listen, I was like, I need to dance to this at a wedding someday.
Thank you. That's the goal. The goal is always to be people's wedding song.
Has anybody sent it to you yet and like showed you their wedding video for it?
Not yet, but I do have this thing going on TikTok where I have people making like little montages of their loves and relationships and like favorite people with the sound. And it's the most beautiful thing. If you just scroll through the sound, there's like all kinds of couples, gay couples, straight couples, mothers and daughters, like dogs and owners, like anyone who people really like feel like they want to just be mushy about. It's really beautiful.
The dog videos would get me.
Yeah, well, the song is first and foremost for my boyfriend Noah, but second most, it's for my dog George.
Of course, as it should be. Well, give us a little backstory on this. How did this song start? Where did the idea come from?
Totally. So the song came to me from Michael Pollack, who is my executive producer of my whole second album, and he wrote a bunch of my first album with me as well. And John Bellion, who's obviously incredibly talented.
So good.
He's amazing. And so they came to me with most of the song there already and asked me if I connected to it and felt like I could make it something that was my own. And I immediately connected with it and it made me think of Noah right away. And I think it kind of met me at the perfect time because this whole pandemic has been like a real bonding experience for Noah and I. And it's been like, I think it's like a make or break time for everyone in their relationships. And for us, it was really a make it kind of a time because we like spent a lot of time together and met each other's families and our relationship just deepened a lot. And so I think singing a song about like how grateful I am that he made something so kind of traumatic and mundane like this pandemic into something really beautiful and kind of magical. felt like kind of the perfect thing to say to him. So I felt very authentic with it, and I took the song, and it fit really beautifully in my voice, and now here we are.
It sure did.
Thanks.
Did you do the acoustic version right away, or did you do it just because there was like this screaming demand for it?
The latter, yeah. It was recently, like last month, because I think people just could feel that there was something a little more tender in there. And we did like an acoustic performance of it for the Kelly Clarkson show that we really loved, and that's the arrangement that we play whenever we do it live. So to put it on a record felt like a no-brainer.
It's so funny because it's such a beautiful and delicate song, but people were like, give us the acoustic now.
Well, the one I wasn't expecting was the Tiesto remix, because like, I don't know, when you think of Ben Platt, I don't know if you think of Tiesto, but now you do, and it's really fun, especially during like Pride and all these, all my friends, all my gays are dancing, and it feels like just the right vibe for them.
Yeah. So where did the idea come for the music video? Because it's so simple, but it's, I don't know, I love it.
Thank you. It's so it came from Matty Peacock, who's directed the video, and he's my creative director, a really, really talented guy who obviously of Billie Eilish and Shawn Mendes fame. And he, I basically said to him what I just said to you, which is that I was really inspired by this idea of like the person that makes your mundane, like ordinary everyday life feel like a little bit supernatural and like a little bit magical. So this idea of like magic realism came to us, and it was his idea to have it be sort of this kind of like every town USA, like suburban setting. And then it feels like it's going to be very kind of grounded, very normal, kind of like an old 80s movie kind of vibe. And then all of a sudden I start to sort of float and fly and jump, and it's just sort of this like slightly magical, a little bit heightened world that like when you are falling in love, or when someone, when someone starts to mean something to you, it kind of lifts you and makes things a little sparkly. So that's what
I don't know if you saw the top comment on the music video, but it made me laugh. It said, I want a relationship as consistent as Ben Platt and singing in front of cars. Is there a reason that always happens?
I do love to sing in front of cars. Yeah, I don't know why. The Bad Habit, we needed the taxi for the storyline, and then in Temporary Love, we had to make some more money to make the video, so we put a Jeep in it. And then this one, just they wanted me jumping on cars. I guess cars just follow me wherever I go.
Yeah. Like I feel like now you got to be out and you got to be looking. You're like, ooh, that's a good one to sing in front of.
Yeah. Well, now my taste is like too fancy. Like I see beautiful like retro cars and fancy Cadillacs and stuff. And I'm like, that one. And my manager's like, you're crazy.
Well, the movie adaptation of Dear Evan Hansen will be here so soon this fall. How excited are you right now?
I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I haven't seen the movie yet, actually. I see it on Friday, finally.
Oh, wow.
A little screening for some of the actors, and I'm very scared, but very excited. It's just a bit surreal. It's like been a really big part of my life for a really long time. And the performance on stage really changed my life in every way. And so there's just, a lot of pressure. A lot of it's just kind of internal pressure of just like preserving that performance in the right way. And, I tried to give everything I had when we filmed it, and I just hope it came together well. And I'm excited that it will exist for my children one day to see.
Yeah, I love that. What did you love about doing the movie adaptation of it that's like so meaningful to you?
Well, first and foremost, I just love the number of young people that are going to get to see it. Obviously, the Broadway show is a big hit, and we get a lot of audiences in when I was in it. But the sheer number that will see it within the first like 3 days of it being in theaters is like very quickly going to surpass anyone that has seen it on stage. So I think getting this story out to kids that need to hear it and need to feel seen by it is the number one reason I wanted to do it. And then secondly, I would just say I've never had the experience of sort of shifting a performance from stage to screen and like figuring out how things need to shape differently, or like the volume needs to be a little different on all of the sort of knobs of the performance. So I've just, it was a really fun kind of experiment for me as an actor to just like try to transfer that without losing like the core of what it was.
Yeah, for sure. Well, how's it been now that everything is like kind of back full force? Have you been adjusting, getting back like well to like things being full-fledged in your life? Like
it's the best.
Coming out soon. Yeah.
Everything feels like a roller coaster. Like going to a restaurant feels like it's like Christmas, and like going to a store and shopping feels like you're gonna get caught or something. But I love that feeling. I hope we all get to maintain like all those like things that used to be so ordinary now feel like such a treat. And I just hope that stays for a long, long time, and we don't lose that appreciation, because it makes every day so fun. But I'm just so thrilled. I mean, I'm happy to be vaccinated. I'm happy everyone around me got vaccinated, my parents, my family, my friends. And now we get to just be together and do what we love to do. So I'm thrilled. It was fun.
And are you working on any plans for maybe an upcoming tour?
Yes. So my album will be out by the end of the summer. And the beginning of next year, there will be a tour of the new record, which I'm very excited to do. All I want is to sing live. I've missed it so much. I'm sure everybody has.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to get in front of crowds and sing real music.
What are the little things that you're excited to bring into a live show?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll probably talk a lot about Noah and embarrass him in my live show.
Sure. As you said.
Of course. That's what a boyfriend is for. I'm excited to dance a little more. There's a bit more tempo on this album than on my first album, and I love the like sort of freedom and release of moving, especially now we all kind of need that catharsis, I think, of just like dancing it out. So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to bring some special guests around. I have a couple ideas and things in the works of lots of friends of mine who I love and admire as singers, and hopefully I'll have a chance to bring some of them up all over the country and do little songs with them.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part about having this bigger platform to support and use your voice for the LGBTQ community?
That's a great question. I think when you come up as an actor, there's this kind of covert homophobia that's not necessarily like anything malicious or like aggressive, but there's just this kind of belief that like you shouldn't really play up your sexuality or share too much of it, because then you'll get pigeonholed or you'll only be able to play gay characters, or people won't believe you as a number of different roles. And that's such a kind of backward idea. And I think what I've loved about this platform is like kind of disproving that, or trying to disprove that, and showing that like I can be completely, honest and transparent about my boyfriend and about my life as a gay person and about how I love Drag Race and how I go dancing and things like that, and then play characters that are all over the map, that are like a straight teenager with anxiety and like, you know what I mean? Like another teenager who's I always play teenagers, who's like, egomaniacal, and the politician. Like, it doesn't need to be corresponding. So I have loved trying to like walk that walk, because it's something I've always looked to see and wanted to see. So if I can contribute to people thinking that those things don't have to be exclusive, that you can be exactly who you are and also still play anything you want.
I love that. What's been one of the best things to come from doing that?
Well, I'm doing a film called The People We Hate at the Wedding. That'll be we're shooting at the end of the year in the UK, and that'll be the first kind of real queer character that I've gotten to play, who is just like kind of just like me. He's like a guy who's in a family with some siblings, and he's just gay, and it'll be the person that's like closest to me, I think, that I've ever played, and that kind of just has come from my being vocal online and just in the world. And so getting to play characters that are closer to myself is something that I'm excited about for sure.
Yeah. And is there like a particular like artist or public figure who's so supportive of the LGBTQ community that you really admire?
Well, that's hard. There's a lot. I mean,
yeah, or just maybe like you see the way they're doing it and it's inspired you in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is kind of a random one, but Kim Petras, like,
oh yeah,
I'm just obsessed with her music, and I feel like she's never like led with the fact that she's trans. It's just like innate to who she is, and it's just part of who she is, and it's like she knows that it doesn't need to be like the headline in the story. It can just inform the fact that she's a fantastic artist. And so I've just always loved her music and her honesty and like how funny she is online.
Yeah, she's amazing. All right, well, before we go, I mean, I know we talked about a billion things that you're already working on, but what's next for you?
So the thing that's first on the docket is the album, which will be out before the end of the summer, before Labor Day even, which I'm very excited about. And the Evan Hansen rollout as well is kind of the next thing up. Lots of press and things for that. And then this film that I mentioned, and then the tour. So that's kind of the into 22 docket that's ahead. And I'm very excited for all things.
Well, that's so exciting.
Thanks.
Congratulations. And thank you for
much.
joining us for an Audacy check-in with Ben Platt.
Of course.